What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It is Friday over here. I hope you guys are having a great day. On this post, we're going to be talking about Matic USD, which is also Polygon, and what could be going on in this market right here. Could this price action be due for a bounce? We're going to be taking a look into the setup that it is in terms of technical analysis. Also going to be taking a look into the key levels that it needs to break either on the upside or the downside for potential upside or downside targets. I will also be giving you guys my sentiments personally and opinions on this market. So if that sounds good to you, do stick around. Lastly, none of this is financial advice. I'm purely sharing my own opinions on this market. I am not a financial advisor or an elite trader of any kind, even though I am a profitable trader who's managed to keep most of my profits in the last bear market. And I am looking to crush it for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. So let's take a look into Matic here. We do have Matic currently at about 54 cents. We do have on the daily time frame here. Let's take a look into just this lowest of the higher time frames, which I will consider. On the daily time frame here, we do have what it looks to be a breakout of this falling wedge pattern. However, price action went up to touch about 90 cents before continuing downwards. However, it is still above this breakout pattern. Let's see if I can draw another falling wedge pattern here to get an estimate. Yes, I can. Right. So let's talk about this. We do have the initial breakout here of this falling wedge pattern, which usually breaks to the upside. Not too uncommon to see price action breaks out of a falling wedge pattern and it kind of just slowly still stays on top of the pattern, right? We've seen that with Bitcoin recently, quite a bit actually, even on the larger time frames where the price action breaks out but doesn't do anything for a little while. Let's see if there is still a possibility that this price action could continue upwards. But of course, it does have to break out of the smaller falling wedge as well. So let's take a measure move here. Let me just take a measure move out of the smaller falling wedge pattern because that's more relevant because that's the price action that it's in. I wouldn't even consider the measure move of this bigger one until price action actually breaks out of this smaller one right here, right? So let's see here. Take the opening of the pattern. We just have to pick a random breakout point that is still within this pattern. So I'm just gonna pick at this point. There is no significance at this point. I just have to pick a random point to get an estimate of the measure move, right? So if it breaks out by Monday, next Monday, August 28th, the measure move would be about 76, 77 cents. Now, that is just a random scenario. It's not necessarily going to break out next Monday, August 28th, okay? I just have to pick a breakout point for an example to illustrate this measure move, measure target. Do your own Google searches on measure moves and measure targets as well, so you guys understand the concept. It is an estimate, and falling wedges, as well as other patterns that are mentioned in my analyses, right? Go and verify it yourself. Don't just take my word for it. It usually breaks to the upside, but of course there is downside potential as well. So let's take a look into, so the upside potential here is going to be about 76, 77 cents. It does not have to get there overnight or very quickly at all, if at all, right? So that's just all the ifs you have to consider in this market. Is not absolute. Quite a bit of moving averages to break above on this daily time frame. The 21, which is the blue line, the gray line is the 50. Let's take a look into the higher time frames and see what we could be working with as well. So on the 3-day time frame here, it looks like there could still be a double bottom pattern that could be read here, even though we've been getting some pretty lower candle closes here, right? So I think in my opinion, this is still a double bottom pattern that's still in play, and we have bullish divergence here, which kind of goes with the falling wedge, which both are usually bullish patterns. Let's take a look into the weekly time frame, where there is more apparently a double bottom pattern, right? We have the first bottom here at about 59 cents candle close on this weekly time frame. Currently, we're at about 54 cents almost. But I would still read this as a double bottom pattern. There is bullish divergence as well. This would be a bigger pattern. Comparing to the smaller falling wedge pattern we talked about. You have to really see a breakout of the smaller falling wedge pattern to see this double bottom pattern play out, which in this case, the neckline would be about 90 cents, okay? If the price action is able to get a weekly candle close above 90 cents and hold above 90 cents, then I could get a measure move here. This is going to be a pretty long shot because we're going to have to see a breakout of that smaller falling wedge, and then a weekly candle close above 90 cents and hold that level. And we get a measure move of about, just roughly speaking, okay, about $1.30 Matic. Okay. That is what I'm looking at for from the daily to the weekly time frame. Let's take a look into the monthly time frame here. Now, before we get into this, let's also let me mention, if you guys don't already have a Webull account but want some free stocks that are valued from $3,000 to $3,000, you guys can use my referral link down below and sign up. If you guys open an account and deposit $100 into Webull, you guys will get free stocks valued from $3,000 to $3,000, depending on your luck. Terms and conditions do apply. And I will also get a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. So that directly supports my channel. Now let's get right back into the monthly time frame here. On this monthly time frame, it looks less clear what it could be doing, right? I mean, this could be a bigger double bottom on this monthly time frame, but we really have to see how the daily, weekly plays out, and then we could be more sure of what could be going on in here. So I don't think there's too much significance in looking at this right now, except for the possible levels where the price action could bounce. Where I'm seeing here, the next big level that it could bounce, but not necessarily, right? It could just go straight down. Where it could bounce is about 44 cents, 45 cents area, as it was, there was a bounce before where support came in. Next level, we're really just reading the wicks here, right? It'll be this area right here. Because if I was a trader, I would be looking for a bounce there. Like I said, nothing is 100%. It would be in this level of about, I would say 30 cents, and just in this rough area right here, right? About 30 cents. Now, let me also give my personal opinion. Now, I don't have any Matic. I'm doing this video for you guys. So if enough of you guys want to keep seeing Matic, I will keep bringing it back for analyses. But what I'm really looking at is Bitcoin, which is the most important factor in this crypto market. I am long on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other altcoins. So my opinion right now is still bullish, but I am a trader. So I will flip if it starts breaking some key levels, right? Let's just take a look into Bitcoin real quick. To illustrate what I'm talking about. So on this monthly time frame here, we are seeing Bitcoin currently at about 26K, which is very close to the monthly 50 SMA, which is a huge major moving average. There are two scenarios here. Unfortunately, well, there are two scenarios here. Three scenarios, I think, actually. Because let me talk about this. We have a weekly time frame right here. Double top pattern. If this price action plays out, that is going to be a scary drop down to about 17K area. That's the measure move, right? An estimate. Now next one, that's scenario number one. Scenario number two, we have the rising channel, which is fully developed at this point. We have three touches on both the upside and the downside of this trend line. If the price action continues within this rising channel, which usually is still bearish, right? It usually is still bearish. But if the price action, let's talk about scenario number one within this rising channel. If the price action comes up to retest the weekly 200 SMA, which is the orange line, or the daily 200 SMA, which is also the orange line on the daily time frame, which is at about that 27.3, 27.5 area, and gets rejected and breaks down, that's one scenario, which is bearish. The other scenario is the third scenario here. If the price action actually comes back up here to touch the upper trend line of the rising channel, then we actually have in my opinion, a completion of this cup and handle pattern here, right? That has been forming for a very long time, and that will look a lot better. So those are the three scenarios that I could see playing out. I'm gonna be paying attention to those key levels to show me which scenario is playing out more likely. So one more thing, the other thing I also want to be paying attention to is the stock market, which is S&P 500. But in this case, it'll be the futures because it is opened on Sunday afternoon here, Pacific Standard Time. It does have some pretty strong correlation on the higher time frames. So I would start looking at monthly and then maybe the weekly. There is a possible double top pattern here until we get over this and, pass all-time highs for the stock market, S&P 500. I'm still going to be very careful here, right? And even after we pass all-time highs, I'm going to be continuously monitoring the charts anyways. That's how we do. That's what it takes to trade successfully in this market. So just continuously looking at the charts. If you guys don't have what I have here, which is TradingView, you guys can use my referral link down below. I do get some kind of bonus, but I think there are still free plans. Check it out. So that is basically what I'm doing. I will be coming up with new videos later in the day, so be sure to check that out. With that said, I'll see you guys later. Like, subscribe, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.